Oh, well, I'm looking at my time anyway. Should be correct.
Uh, okay, we'll be starting the webinar very soon. So, you guys ready?
For people who just joining in, say hi, introduce yourself.
Thumbs up, or just an emoji? Hi. Okay, so it's 3 p.m. So we'll be starting the webinar. Hi, Caroline. Okay, we're starting the webinar very soon. Okay, so now I'll just make a simple introduction before Tien start her sharing, okay? So hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Chi, one of the dietitians from Naluri. So last week we have discussed about how nutrition support immune system with our head dietitian Xiao Wei, and today we have our fitness coach here to share about exercising. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity exercise can help to optimize our immune system too? If you haven't started doing any exercise during this period of time, no worry. Our fitness coach Tien will share about why we should and how can we get started to be more physically active during this MCO. This webinar will take about 1 hour, and if you have any questions, feel free to type it out in the chat box and we will answer after the sharing session. For me, myself, I'm really excited to learn some new workout strategies from Tien to keep myself fit and healthy. Without further ado, I'll pass the time to Tien to begin her sharing.
So, hi everyone, my name is Tien. I'm one of the fitness coaches on Naluri, as mentioned by Suchi. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. And yeah, today I'm going to share some strategies for working out at home because obvious reasons we are all stuck at home, right? So yeah, in general, staying active. Hold on. Yeah, in general, staying active is important, right? Under regular circumstances, even without MCO, as it helps weight management, disease prevention, and mental health. But with this MCO now, there's even much more reasons to stay active during this MCO, right? And exercising also helps like lifting your mood. It helps to lower your blood pressure, lower your. Oh, guys, can you hear me? Because like I'm not sure whether you guys have can see me. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Can you see my slides? I'm supposed to change my slides already. Are you guys seeing the old slides? Ah, there you go. Okay. All right. Sorry, technical issues there. All right, I'll just start over. Hi again. Okay, so yeah, I'll just rephrase a little bit. So it's very important, even more so important, to stay active during this COVID-19 outbreak because in general, exercise lifts your mood, and it's critical when we face this kind of challenge of staying inside, and we have to find things to occupy ourselves. So and also exercise increases. Help you to sleep better and manage your stress better, which in this situation can be difficult when, especially we get super stressed when our schedules are disrupted, right? So, okay. Yeah, so we have to think about working out at home because we cannot go out. And why can't we go out? Because even though we are going out alone, is because if everybody thinks the same way, then what's the point of this whole movement control order, right? So yeah, when you work out at home, if you think about it, it has many benefits. It saves you a lot of time to you don't have to commute to the gym. You don't have to wait for the instructor to teach you all the exercises and then you do it. You can just do it at your own. You save so much money, right? We at this point in time, economic is not the best, so we want to save as much money as possible. And you don't need to pay for a gym membership anymore, and you can set up your space to make it your own, right? You can design your space. Um, so you also don't need to wait for someone else to finish using the gym equipment and then you go and use it, right? And it's so much more comfortable. You don't have to worry about people's sweat dirtying your space and all these things. And the best part is you can schedule it whenever you want to. You feel like working out, you do it, right? You don't have to wait until that 6:30 a.m. class and then you go and work out, right? So, okay. So the first strategy I want to advise is the first step is basically you create your home gym, because a lot of times when we don't we get demotivated from working out at home is because we cannot differentiate doing it at home and going to the gym. So it's very important to have this mindset that you have this space dedicated to working out in your home, right? And basically all you need is a space. You don't need a fancy treadmill or elliptical machine, right? And maybe a yoga mat, but it's not even necessary, right? It will be very much helpful. You can protect your knees, or if your floor is dirty, it's very much better to have a yoga mat to have on. And you can have optional equipments, right? Like dumbbells, skipping rope, and just with one set of dumbbells, you can have so much more variety as well. And it doesn't even take a lot of space. And then the next thing you want to do is, so you have your home gym. The next thing you want to do is you create a schedule, because if you don't prioritize your workouts, if you don't set a time that you want to work out, you will always put it aside and let other things distract you and stuff. And when you're surrounded by your family, your pets, your work, it can be very easily distracted by your fitness goals, and you procrastinate on your workout. So it's very important to schedule your workout and stick to your plans. So this is a template, for example, that you can use. So you basically just put what are the workouts you did or what time you did, or you can even plan it ahead and then follow the workout for the week. So you reduce the brain power to have to think every day, what workout am I going to do, right? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's one of my favorite quotes. So, because it rhymes as well. But hopefully that will sink in, right? And make sure that you start planning, right? And if you need more, if this one is not detailed enough and you want a more systematic approach to planning, you can always approach me on Naluri as well. I have templates to share with you. Yeah? All right. And the third step I would like you to suggest is creating an anchor. So what is an anchor, right? An anchor is basically something physical in your environment that will remind you of why you are setting this goal for yourself. So it could be like a screensaver on your computer or a phone, right? With an inspiring message. Or it could be a bracelet. So I have this bracelet here that says I don't know whether you can see it, but it says trust the process, right? Because when you trust the process, you'll see progress. Okay, I'm a sucker for rhyming, so pardon me for that. And you can be a song. Let's say you are very musically inclined, and you love listening to music when you work out. Playing that song when you work out, it makes you even more hyped up to work out, right? And that's why you hear gyms every time blasting out music, because music is actually one of a very important components to working out and exercise, right? Or you can also just have notes to remind you and put it around the house, put it on your mirror and say hey, time to work out as it's time, right? So it's basically something that would give you this influx of energy of I want to do this for myself, especially during times when you don't feel like it and you're about to make choices which are not the best for you, right? Like procrastinate. So hopefully that makes a bit of sense, and why I say this anchor is so important to do before you think about anything else, right? And so the fourth step is, of course, what should I do, right? Like, okay, I have this home gym, I have this workout plan, I have this schedule, I have my anchor. So what now? Okay, the workout, right? Time to do the workout. So it's like what to do, right? That's actually so many things you can do. So what I would usually suggest is, go onto YouTube, just type workout videos, and then you get tons popping up for free, and you can just follow along easily. Or if you're not that kind of person who likes to watch a video and work out, there's you want to listen to music, let's say, and you work out. There's a lot of infographics online with pictures of like what workouts you can do for free as well. Or you can follow people's Instagrams and they post all kinds of workouts there as well. So yeah, but if you have certain conditions or injuries or pains that you are worried that you cannot do certain kind of exercise, yeah, it's very important to consult your doctors first before starting all of this. Or you can also talk to me on Naluri, and I can talk to you about that as well. Yeah, on how to pick the right one that is suitable for your current conditions, right? But if in general you are pretty good and healthy and you already have a set fitness routine before the MCO, going to do all these YouTube workout videos, it shouldn't be much of a problem for you, and just trying out. And I really like this as well because it gives you this opportunity, as MCO wise, it gives you this opportunity to try out all different kinds of things. Like, let's say if you're always used to running outside, now you can try yoga at home, or you can try animal flow, or kickboxing, right? All these different kinds of things you can do that you never knew you could. And it really is empowering to know that your body is able to adjust and adapt to all kinds of different movements that you try. All right? And the next one we're going to do is you're going to keep track of your workouts. So you can use a Fitbit or Apple Watch, whatever, to track your steps or track your heart rate. Basically, this is just to a measure to see how well you did, and keep you motivated throughout. Because, like I said, all this I'm looking at helping you to do it for the long run as well. So it's not just, okay, I'm just doing it for the day, right? You want to really reflect on it and to be able to get the most out of a workout, right? And I'm not saying you have to get 5 different kinds of watches to do that. This is just an example. And even if you don't even have a watch, you can always do it by writing it down, like a journal, right? Like a pen and paper, and just say like, oh, I did 10 push-ups today. I want to try to do 20 next day, right? And that's what I always suggest the users to do, or my clients to do. Yeah. And it's also important as well because it really develops that mind-body connection. So what workout you did, and it really translates to what you're thinking, and be able to put that into context is very important as well. Okay, so the next one you're going to do is you're going to get further accountability. So what I mean by that is for people to say, hey, push you and work out, right? Or you can motivate yourself. So yeah, you post a picture on your social media feed, and then you tag them and say like, okay, I challenge you to do this with me today, right? And that's more fun because when we work out, when we exercise, we want to also incorporate some fun as well, and incorporate some social aspect as well, because during this time is even more critical, right? To just catch up with friends, and what's a better way than to catch up with them while exercising, right? It's like 2 in 1, so you get 2 benefits at once. Yeah, or if you want more accountability, you need somebody to kind of like push you and motivate you. I'm also on Naluri. I'm always the one that will kind of help you out there. Okay, but the most important thing to consider though is, we want to be constantly moving, because there are studies showing that people who sit more than 6 hours of their leisure time each day had a 20% higher death rate than those who sat for 3 hours or less, right? So this shows that consistent, rigorous workouts, don't do much to offset the damage that we do to our bodies by sitting down all day. And it's clear, that increasing all forms of general everyday movement is a greater health priority than conducting just that 1 hour of gung-ho workout. So yeah, and you'd be like, okay, so what's the point of doing that workout that you asked me to do, right? But that's a different benefit. So you want to incorporate both. It's important to do both. All right. So what I would call it is micro workouts. So basically, it's tiny workouts that you will do throughout the day. And I'm talking here about dropping into a deep squat after an hour, and or when you pass by the pull-up bar by your door and you do like some pull-ups, or you do some push-ups after every hour, something like that. So it's just very tiny bursts of energy throughout your day, and it has two benefits. So yeah, I'm supposed to put this out as well. So basically, it has to be some sort of pump throughout the day. Yeah. So while sitting for 1 minute, basically it's something that will give you this slight intense burn in that really short period of time. And yeah, it's quite different from just doing regular activities like maybe walking more often, or doing the laundry, because this one is actually just short bursts of energy, like intensity. Whereas like walking more in general is just the heart rate is quite constant. Whereas this one is like your heart rate will go up a little bit for that short period of time. That's what I mean by micro workouts, right? And that's very important because it's brief, but it has incredible cumulative training effects. So it also helps to improve your cardiovascular health and fitness. And yeah, it basically combats the extreme health hazard of prolonged periods of sitting, which we all are doing now with this MCO, right? If you're working from home. So, and also, um, let's say usually you take 15 minutes to warm up into your workout in a 30-minute workout. So it's like you're wasting quite a lot of time, right? But with micro workouts, you are training your body to constantly be kind of in this warm and active state. So even when you're doing your long workouts, if you see it this way, if you're doing micro workouts, you don't have to warm up as much as you would regularly. Maybe you'll just be so warm already after a 5-minute workout, and then you can crank it out for that 25 minutes. So in a way, you're getting much more benefits in that long workout as well if you're doing these micro workouts, right? Hopefully that's understandable. If any more questions, you just direct it to the chat. Okay, so let's try some together now, shall we? Okay, I'm just kidding about that. You're not going to do that. But guys, I hope you are ready to do something. I know I didn't say like you must wear like your fitness gear and we're going to do like crazy burpees and stuff. We're just going to do this very short exercise that you can do throughout your day. And even just maybe you need to get up off your chair a little bit, but only just a little bit, trust me. Okay, so I'm just going to move my screen here so that you can see me better on doing the exercise. So pardon me for a bit while I adjust. Can you guys see me? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So we're going to do this tuck sit. You guys can see me. And basically, you're just going to sit at the edge of your chair. All right? And then you're going to bring your feet out and then bring it in. All right? So you're just going to do 10 times of this. Let's do it together. Okay, not sure whether this sistering, but okay. Hopefully you guys can see me. I'm not too sure whether it's correct, but anyway, you know what I mean. So sit by the edge of your chair. Use your hands to grab the side of the chair. Lift your knees up, and then you're just gonna extend your leg out, lean back, and then bring it back into your chest. So I'm just gonna do this 10 times. Adjust your chair if you need to, like I did. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then what you're gonna do next, if you like, you can bring your butt up and hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Okay, so hopefully you got a pretty good micro workout right there. Okay. How are you guys feeling? I'm feeling my heartbeat, so probably that's why I kind of stop a little bit, because like I'm catching my breath, and I hope you are too. I see some people say they're dying. Please come back alive. I need you back here. Thank God I didn't ask you to do 20 reps, okay? So yeah, do this every hour if you can. I know it's quite killer. And I did promise you, you kind of wouldn't get off your chair, just your butt, right? Your hands are still on the chair. So, and yeah, don't worry if you can't lift yourself up. So the whole point of this exercise is really to get your abs to engage. So think about just sucking your abs in and just trying to push your arms downwards, all right? So even if your butt barely lifts off the chair, that is fine. It is perfectly normal. As long as you get that feeling from the abs, you know, just crunching it in, and then after that 10 seconds, you feel your heartbeat. That's what I want, right? That is your micro workout. So even though you did not get your butt off the chair like this lady here, she must have been doing it for like 10 years to get it to this level, right? So go to where you're at and just do what you can, right? As long as you did your own micro workout. Okay? So yeah, there are many micro workout ideas online, or talk to me on Naluri if you need more suggestions or what you can do for all these tiny micro workouts. Okay? Okay, so environmental hacks. What I mean by this is, if you're just too freaking lazy to, do any of those, and you're like, can you just give me an easy way out? I wouldn't say that this is an easy way out, but I would say like it'll give you some leverage on like to make you want to move more, subconsciously, right? So what I would do is I'll get like a standing desk. So I don't know whether you can see this, but this is my standing desk. So sometimes I work on I actually got this online. You can get it from Lazada or like Shopee, all right? Or you can just follow this guy, right? Get a box from who's using an Amazon box as his standing desk, right? And I'm sure you buy a lot of things from Lazada or Shopee. You can use that box as well. And so you see the one by the right? That's what I mean by working on the floor. So you can also put the box on the floor, and then you can work on the floor. So why do I encourage working on the floor? Is because when you're on the floor, the tendency of you sitting down is much less compared to when you're sitting on a chair, because it's not as comfortable. It will make you want to fidget and move around more, or even like stretch about. And when you're on the floor, you have much more space to move around, right? You are more likely to be able to roll around, or to just like stretch out your hands and feet, or just put your feet to a straight and then just lean forward and stretch it out. So you're more likely to move. So all these hacks is not to say that you will lose weight if you do this, but it's more like it will trigger you to want to move more. Yeah? And yeah, another suggestion is exercise ball. So you can sit on an exercise ball as well while you're doing your work instead of a chair. And the last one, I say the pull-up bar. Doesn't mean that you have to know how to do a pull-up to get a pull-up bar. It's just called a pull-up bar. So I like the pull-up bar because it's, let's say if you put it by the door, just every time you pass by the door, just grab the pull-up bar and let yourself hang. It's actually a very good way to strengthen your grip, your shoulder strength, your arm strength, your abs, so it looks really simple, right? You're just hanging onto a pull-up bar and just hanging there, but it's actually very tiring. And if you can go more than 30 seconds, I will salute you, right? So it's very short. It's a micro workout without moving, right? And we call it isometric exercises, which just means like engaging your muscles while not moving, right? And yeah, the most important thing, I can tell you all the benefits of exercising, working out, right? And all the hacks and the to-dos you can do. But the only way that will trigger you to take the step to build your own consistent exercise habit is if you can relate all those efforts to how it can achieve your health goal and why is that important to you in your life, right? But we also need to make sure that they come from the right motivators. So what I mean by right motivators, right? So there is extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. So extrinsic means like, it could be doctor telling you that you need to get your cholesterol down to qualify for cheaper life insurance, or you have a wedding coming up and you want to just lose weight for the wedding, right? So all these are very external motivators, and once they are gone, you won't have that motivation to work out anymore. So it's good in the short run. It motivates you in the short run, but it doesn't allow you to motivate yourself in the long run. And fitness is not just a one-time thing. So rather, we want to look at the internal motivators, right? And that basically means what is important to you. So you really have to connect exercise, working out to the things that you really care about. And the more you connect, the more you are likely to keep at it, to commit to it, right? So these are some questions that you can think about. What do you love most? What do you value the most, right? Do you value your health? And why is taking care of your health so important to you, right? Why is exercising so important to you? Maybe it could be you want to take care, when you take care of yourself, when you're healthy, you can take care of your kids, you can take care of your parents, right? So these are the things that, yeah, it's not just always about you as well. You have to think about the people around you as well, and how you being healthy can benefit them as well, right? And let's say maybe health is not really, like, you seem pretty average, like your weight is okay and everything, but if you think about it, you're so focused on your career. So if you can connect exercise and health to career, let's say exercise gives you more energy, and when you have more energy, you are more productive, and when you are more productive, you get more work done, and you do well, you do much more better in your career. So if you connect it this way, you are more likely to want to commit to exercise, right? And you really see the importance of that for you. So yeah, I just want to say that fitness is not a destination. It's a direction. It's a lifestyle that you want to aim for, right? It is a way of life that you want to aim for. Okay, so there's no end to fitness. Like I said, there's no end to having fun with your kids, right? Because when you're fit, then you can have fun with your kids. So it's not about fitness goals, really. It's about building solid habits. And it's okay to struggle. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to constantly experiment to find what works for you. But it's not okay to give up on your health, right? And your dreams. And yeah, like I said, commit to the process and you determine your progress. So just want to end with this quote that I really like as well, especially at this time. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Right. So right now you cannot go outside and jog. Um, you have to work from home. Life circumstances has made you to feel so constricted and stressed. What can you do about it, right? In this situation, what positive light that you can see from this situation, and how you can adapt to this kind of things, right? So, and yeah, this whole COVID thing basically messed up our schedules, our lives, even, right? But we just have to accept that things are always changing and evolving. And that's why having the right motivators, what's important to you, really helps you to adapt to circumstances while still staying true to yourself. And creating habits to optimize your health is important, especially during this period of time. So yeah, in Naluri, we have health coaches, fitness coaches that can help you design your ideal plan, track your activity, and really help you stay motivated to take great care of yourself. And yep, this is the end of my webinar. Any more questions, just keep typing on the chat. And feel free to download the Naluri app if you haven't yet. You can do it by scanning this QR code here. And I look forward to talking to you guys on the app. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Tien, for all the amazing tips. And I personally really feel motivated to start to be physically active every day. Like all the insightful takeaways from you, like creating our own gym, set a schedule, set an anchor, and even how to do micro workouts. So we no longer have any excuse to be not exercising anymore. Okay, so while our audience are typing out their questions, can I ask a question, Tien?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm actually very curious about how's your daily workout routine like? I'm sure some of our audience might be very curious too. Do you mind to share your daily workout routine?
Okay, so my daily workout routine, I exercise almost every day. Like I plan my schedule about 10 to 12 o'clock every day. And especially during this MCO, I'm pretty free most of the time. I mean, I don't expect people to do 2 hours like I do. It's just because I have quite some time. But what I do is usually I would, some days I'll do yoga at least once a week. Some days I will do HIIT training. Some days I would do, most of the time I do a lot of skill work because I am working towards a more gymnastic base of training. So like handstands and L-sit, so sitting on the chair and really holding there for a few seconds or more. So that's my training. And of course I don't do 2 hours straight. I rest in between as well. Yeah, so that's my workout routine for the day. Not to say you have to follow me, but that's something that I do.
I guess I will set that as my goal.
Okay. No need 2 hours. Maybe a bit too much.
2 hours. Okay. So 1 hour, is it okay for me?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. 1 hour is good, very good, you think. Better than enough, yeah.
I'll set that as my goal. Okay. So now we have received a few questions. Okay. So first question is, how do I know if I am pushing myself too much? Follow up, how hard am I supposed to push daily?
How am I supposed to push daily? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So usually you can do it with a heart rate monitor. So you want to aim for about 70% to 85% of your maximum heart rate. But let's say if you don't have a heart rate monitor, that's fine as well. You can go by the talk test. So you want to be able to say to still talk but not sing a song, right? You still be able to kind of like say a few things, like say, "Mom, can you get me some water?" That kind of thing, but not like sing a song out of it, So and you also want to gauge by whether you're feeling lightheaded or dizzy right after. Once you feel that, then you stop straight away, right? Yeah. So really listening to your body. If it's just your mind saying that, oh, stop, 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 then it's usually, it's not the right indicator, but you want to really look at physical signs, not the mind. The mind is very fickle. Yeah.
I see. So it's very important not to overtrain ourselves.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah. Oh, and especially, yes, another one, sorry. If you're feeling this slight pain, like a sharp pain, then it's immediate no, you have to stop. But if it's more like a soreness, like you're squatting like for like 1 minute and you're like, oh my god, this is burning, you hold there for 1 minute. You stay. Yeah, but if you feel like this unusual tinge of sharpness pain, then it's like, okay, back off, right? Yeah.
I see. I personally kind of like the feeling of a muscle soreness because I know that I'm moving
Yeah,
that
yeah,
muscle.
exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So thank you so much, Tien, for the answer, and it's very useful tip. Okay. So we also have questions coming through. So if you are guys, if you have any questions, just feel free to type in the chat box. Okay. So now we next answer another question. Okay. What would you suggest for us to do in terms of cardio during MCO?
So,
And in terms of time and calories burned.
in terms of rate of investment, in terms of times and calorie burns. Okay. So usually, if you don't really have any like health condition, knee problems, pretty average in your fitness, I would suggest to go for body weight, high intensity interval training. So having this short burst of period of time where you go all out, and let's say you do burpees, and you for 20 seconds you go as much as you can, and then for 10 seconds you take a break, and then 20 seconds you go as much as you can again, and then you repeat that for maybe like more than 5 rounds, and that one you can finish a good workout in less than 10 minutes, including warm up, right? Yeah. And if you do micro workouts during the day, you don't even you just need 1 minute of warm up, and then you're ready to go get your workout done, right, in like less than 10 minutes. So I would say like that would be the most rate of return. But otherwise, I would suggest just you can do. I personally like to do yoga as even cardio. Like I do get a really good feeling of my heart rate beating when I'm doing yoga as well. And I say a good rate of return in the sense that you get flexibility, you get strength training, you get cardio all in one, right? Not to say like it will get the most bang of your buck for doing a lot of cardio, but you just get a more well-rounded training in general. Yeah, for that short period of time. Yeah.
I see. Okay, so that will explain like what we can aim for better return, like highest return kind of workout, right?
Yeah, and especially it's also low impact. So it's more general to a lot of people that can do.
I see. Okay. So, do we have any more questions coming from our audience? Okay, so if there's no more questions, so we thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate your company, especially during this MCO, and everyone is so busy at work. But thank you for choosing to spend your time with us today. Okay, so if you want to talk to our coaches like psychologists, dietitians, fitness coach, or pharmacists, medical advisors, feel free to download our app on the screen. Oh, before I end, so sorry, I just received a question. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so I'll just we have audience who are curious about what are some essential equipments we would need to work out from home.
Let me see. Chair, table, wall. I'm sure you got that already. If you live in a house, you have all of this that you can use. If you need ideas, let me know. I can suggest a lot. But in general, you need like space for just enough for your body. And like I said, a yoga mat, like a really basic yoga mat. It's good enough. You can do a lot of things with just that. But let's say if you are someone who has been doing a lot of body weight exercises already, like for me, I've done I've been doing exercise for like more than 10 years. So I like to vary my workout. So I buy things like resistance bands, dumbbells, um, and even then I still use it. And yeah, it's like I say, you can just start with a yoga mat. Yeah.
Yeah, very simple equipment that no need any special preparation. So there's no excuse for us.
Yep.
We can
Exactly.
just exercise using a chair.
Yes.
Right. Okay, good. Okay, so if there's no more questions, we'll be ending the session now. Okay, so again, if you would like to download Naluri, just scan on the screen. There's a QR code here. Okay, so now I receive another question again.
Ah.
Okay, what if someone has back problems? What is the best exercise?
Um, Usually, there's so many different types of reason that people have back pain. It could be a posture issue. It could be a muscle tense issue. It could be yeah, it could be many different reasons. So really have to see and what kind of pain as well. Is it a sharp pain or is it a dull pain? Yeah, really have to check with your physiotherapist or like a chiropractor to see what's the problem. But most of the time, in general, people sit for too much and they place a lot of pressure in, especially in this current society, right? We sit too much, so we place a lot of pressure onto our backs, and it's very tense in that area as well. So I would suggest doing things like stretches, yoga, and there's this particular exercise called bridge. That one is very good to not only strengthen the back but also to help stretch out the back as well. Superman's. Yeah, you can talk to me on Naluri. I can give you more specifics on the kind of exercises. But yes, basically it's important to know what is the root cause of your back pain first before we kind of recommend and diagnose it. That kind of thing. So.
I see. So it's very important to find out our condition first before trying out any exercise that might hurt our back, right?
Yes.
So it's important to talk to Tien in Naluri.
Yes. Go download the app if you haven't.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Tien. So we also have a few questions coming through. So, is it necessary to wear shoes when working out at home?
Oh no. That's the fun part. That's the good part of Dali, right? You don't even have to put on shoes. Yeah, but unless if you're not comfortable, like let's say I still like to put on socks, especially when I'm doing jumping or shoes. I mean, sorry, shoes. If I'm doing jumping exercises, because like I feel like it's a lot of impact on my feet. So it's up to you, preference. Yeah.
Okay, so we have such audience curious about how about exercise for elderly people? What workouts would you suggest to elderly people?
So for elderly people, I always say like age is just a number, right? So I've seen really people who are twice my age but doing twice my weight, So it's just a number. But if you talk about like in general, elderly people, I would just recommend low impact exercises. Or even like Tai Chi, a bit more slow movement because their coordination and all this they're losing that, right? Balance and all this, they're kind of losing that. So doing a bit more slower movements rather than fast to prevent any injuries, and really help them to build up in that foundation again, that kind of thing. So again, I'm not an advocate. I mean, I am an advocate, but yoga is also another good thing that you can try. Because there's many different types of yoga, and yeah, many variations, and you can just do a lot with your body weight, really.
I guess a lot of elderly are doing Tai Chi, like
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so if they can't do at the park now, they can still do at home to keep up the momentum, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now there's another interesting question. Okay, there's been a lot of fitness challenge going around on Instagram, like 10 creative push-ups for 15 seconds or burpees in 1 minute, maximum burpees in 1 minute. Is that considered micro workout, even though it's so short?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. As long as that is not your main workout, right? So
Mm.
yeah, it's not, when you're scrolling through Instagram and then like you see this person posting